So as I'm sure many of you are aware, Facebook has exploded because of the whole healthcare passage. And now it's not so much about healthcare anymore as it just is anything. Apparently now, out of nowhere, everyone has decided to form political opinions and try and discuss them on Facebook for whatever reason. And I've had a Facebook for like 2 years now, a little over 2 years. And ever since it was created, I've done a lot of political musings on there. I've had notes, I've had taken polls, I've had status updates, you know, always trying to invite some sort of political discussion because that's just what I'm into. But lately, it doesn't matter who, they have an opinion. I mean, you have informed opinions, you have intelligent opinions that are based on actual facts, one way or the other, in terms of their political leanings, as in you have informed conservative opinions, informed liberal opinions, and everything in between, and everything outside of that false dichotomy. But so many people who don't have informed opinions, who don't know shit about what's actually going on, just becoming angry for some reason. Now, there is reason for legitimate anger. I am legitimately angry at a lot of things. But I'm angry at things that actually are happening. I'm not angry at things that, you know, don't exist, such as the entire fucking issue of abortion in the healthcare legislation. It's not even fucking mentioned because there's already a law on the books that states that there will be no federal money given to elective abortions whatsoever. Now, the federal government will not refuse medical treatment in the cases of an emergency because, they're trying kinda, you know, to not be dicks. Is what it really boils down to, and they just won't refuse emergency treatment. They will pay for it, and there will be federal funding for emergency treatment because the government is in the business of protecting lives and saving lives. I mean, there are a lot of other functions of government, but that is a moderately important one. It explains the existence of it explains part of the existence of the police, the military, for instance, the fire department. All sorts of things like that. The Food and Drug Administration, all sorts of things have at least some role in the saving of lives. So they won't refuse emergency treatment should it be necessary. But nowhere in the bill did it state that there would be money for abortions, and it barely. I don't even remember reading anything that stated anything about necessarily abortions, other than the whole you have to, if there's a plan that's in the exchange or something that fucking phone, shut up. If there's a plan, you have to keep the money separate. Only private money can go to it. If you have a plan that covers abortion, the insurance companies have to separate it, so only the private money that's paid into the insurance can go to it, and the federal subsidies, should there even be federal subsidies, shall apply to the regular to everything else except the abortion, which only private money can go to. As far as I'm aware, that's about all it said. It did not say subsidies would go to abortion. It quite said the opposite, and then Obama had the executive order stating essentially that he's going to enforce the current law and not allow it to happen, and that exists. People on the subject of Obama, they called Obamacare, yet Obama kind of didn't do shit concerning this. It was by and large, most of everything that happened didn't happen because Obama did anything. He mostly just kind of sat around and talked about it a little bit. He didn't have his people draft up legislation. I mean, he made a few deals, yeah, no doubt. I mean, he made deals with Big Pharma, stuff like that, but it wasn't just him. It's not Obamacare. All he did was fucking sign the bill. Stop blaming absolutely everything on the executive branch. You know, don't say it's Obamacare. I mean, and what's the point? You do nothing but detract from your argument when you start insulting it. There are legitimate reasons to be against it. As I said, I have very, very mixed feelings about it. And I kind of think it's a decent first step, maybe. But even then, I don't see, it has to be just that first step. This, on its own, is by and large stupid. There are a few good things, but by and large, I disagree with it. Except when it's part one of a series. However, I'm very skeptical about that series actually happening. And I've kind of diverged a little bit, but obviously I'm just ranting a little bit because of fucking stupidity, just in general. I'm sick of it. And I mean, I'm currently working on trying to do a student opinion piece, trying to find out what students at my school think about it. It's for an article for my paper. And it's it's kind of surprising, some of the things that get said. You know, things along those lines or anything like that. They just don't know they don't know what's actually in the bill. And I, as the writer of the article, I have to choose which opinions are the ones that are usable in the article, and they kind of have to be informed, obviously. So I have to fact check them and make sure there's actual substance to their opinion. But it's disappointing. Is the entire point of this video that a medium through which I used to enjoy the discussion of politics and things, Facebook. I was actually using it for more than just telling people, you know, I'm enjoying my sandwich right now. I used it for legitimate discussion, you know. I had an opinion, or I had a thought. It usually was, I had a thought, and I wanted to see how it would hold up to essentially public scrutiny. Now, obviously, only my friends could see it, but I don't really deny friend requests. There's about one I have, and that's because of legitimate disagreements between me and that person. I did not want him, and it had nothing to do with politics. It's just disagreements in personality styles. He and I just simply did not get along, and it detracted from the point of what I was trying to do on Facebook. Most of the opinions I actually get are well, not most, but these days most of them tend to be dissenting. And I don't mind that so much, because I attacked misinformation within people who agreed with my own fucking points. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm sorry for the lack of a clear train of logic with this video. It just, I had to get that out, because I'm just kind of disappointed. I don't know what else to say.